guys, Deneen here with a super quick process video using the Ali Edwards Punctuation Quarterly Scrapbook Kit. I was inspired by this plastic piece that said "So fun." I am using 4 round photos that measure 3.5 inches. And then I used the parentheses 12 by 12 paper, and I actually printed my journaling directly onto the digital version of the paper and then ran the physical paper through my printer. In hindsight, probably would have been a lot easier for me to just print my journaling on sticker paper. But we live and we learn, and everything turned out okay. The base of my page is going to be a full page photo that is spanning both of my pages. I did this by cropping the photo to 14 by 8.25 inches and then printing each side. I'm going to add my extras with craft transparency. So let's get started, right? Okay, so here's my photo. Again, printed both sides at separate times. Let's punch the holes in it and get it lined up. The plastic is the same size, so I need to trim off about 1/2 inch so that it does not hit the rings in the binder. So you'll see there I trimmed off a little bit there. Now I'm using today for the first time, this is book tape. And I didn't want washi tape because I didn't want it to be visible. So I have this book tape that I use at school in order to repair my textbooks, the pages and the binding and such. And I just thought I would give it a try here. It is definitely stickier than the washi tape or the art tape that I use. And it's definitely a little bit harder to work with. You'll see here that I ended up taking it apart because it wasn't folding as nicely as I wanted to, or bending, right? It wasn't folding along the edge like I wanted it to. It was okay to take apart. Definitely could not get it off the back of the photo. So I was able to get it off the back of the craft plastic, but not the photo. So there it is. That's my review of using book tape. So here are my photos and my journaling, and I fussy cut the journaling out after having printed it. So I'm going to alternate each of these parentheses pieces with a photo, and So Fun is going to go on the first page. I will begin by using my temporary adhesive to lay these top pieces out, because when I open this piece of craft plastic, I am going to be putting the photos and the other parentheses on the back side, as you can see here. So I'd like to decorate up my photos a bit. I found some vellum hearts, and then I picked out a whole bunch of little tiny round chipboard pieces with a whole bunch of different sayings. So I will adhere the heart using some vellum adhesive. I will adhere the chipboard with my regular adhesive, and then I will staple it with my tiny attacher to keep it in place. I am going to do the same thing for all 4 of my photos. So you'll see here, I'm just picking out the hearts, picking out the sentiments, and then stapling them together. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and permanently adhere down each of these items. And you'll see me kind of flipping back and forth to see how the other side looks. You'll notice that I started on the inside, and I guess it doesn't really matter where you start. I was just kind of trying to figure out what way would be easier. I don't know if there would have been a difference, but you'll see I'm lifting it up, moving things around, just, trying my best to line them up. Now, I know that the parentheses pieces are not all the same shape and size. And I also know that through the transparency, you're going to see the back side of the piece that's on the other side. And I'm okay with that. I made that decision when I first drew this sketch, and I knew this was going to be the outcome, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. If you are bothered by that, you can use the digital version of the paper, and you could make 2 of the same sets of parentheses and put them back to back so that you don't have that overhang. Again, that is a personal preference. Probably maybe a couple years ago, I would have been crazy about that, but now I'm pretty much okay with it. So let's get the last photo on here. And you'll see, again, I alternated. And my goal here then is to do a similar piece on the first page. So I have a piece of the parentheses or a piece of the paper with another set of parentheses that I'm going to put in the middle of the first page. And I will use a little bit of vellum adhesive to put the "So Fun" on top of that. Probably could have used regular adhesive. I don't really see what the difference would be, but I'm embellishing this the same way that I have embellished the other photos, or the photos, with a heart and a little chipboard piece. And this one says "Big Love," and it is just one of my favorites. All right, so let's get that on there and everything in place. And that's it. Super simple, super easy. One change that I did make, you will see here, is I added 2 chipboard tabs to the transparent piece. If you look there, you could see it in the middle. I was thinking how the reader would know that there's additional photos and additional journaling on the inside. So I put that piece there to alert the viewer to that. And I'm pretty sure that was all I did. Normally I make more changes, but this time not so much. Here's how it looks in my album when you are going to open up that plastic tab, when you're going to open that piece with the plastic tab. And then here is how it looks in my album with the inside showing. So again, like I said, super simple, super easy. This is definitely something you can do in less than an hour. You probably could do it in much less if you didn't type the journaling and you just went ahead and hand wrote your journaling onto the paper. So again, I like to type things up. That is totally a preference. Alrighty, so that's it. This was a fun one to put together. Fun and easy, right? Get those stories told. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we will see you guys in the next video.